Uh-oh. Week 2.
I'm not losing this time. Fuck that. I'm be asking the questions. Y'all are gonna be fucked.
All right. Our second go at this trivia thing.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Brad,
be asking the questions next week.
Brad, you're our winner
win.
from last week, so you're going to be asking the questions. You take it away here.
It was rigged. It was fucking rigged.
6-2, I think, was the win last. I just,
Yeah, because
trying to keep high points.
Let me tell you how the game works.
Well, since you lost last week, you want to start us off, Jimmy? Or
would
you rather
You want
defer
the first
to Matt?
question?
I'll defer.
He won the coin toss and he defers.
Oh, okay.
Bold strategy. Oh, he's second guessing himself.
Uh-oh. Ref's having a real hard time.
I didn't realize I was actually making a call. Oh, yeah. What's it? You got to flip a coin?
No, you pick.
Okay.
You either take the question or
I'll
not.
take the question.
All right. Which player in the NFL is the active? Active NFL player? Active NFL player?
This ain't trivia.
So they're currently on a roster. Has the most rushing yards in the NFL? Is it A, Le'Veon Bell, B, Derrick Henry, C, Mark Ingram, or D, Ezekiel Elliott?
So Zeke,
Le'Veon, Henry, and Ingram.
It's not Bell. I don't think it's Zeke. Zeke, Bell, Ingram, you said?
Bell, Henry, Ingram, Zeke.
God, I just want to go Ingram because I know that you're a fucking Ravens guy. But I Henry.
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Matt, you want to try to steal?
I'm going to steal.
Okay.
Mark Ingram.
Oh, he stole it. He stole it. Matt starts off.
Lame ass
the
fucking
goddamn
bullshit.
Buccaneer.
Oh, you're used to playing from behind, though, right, Jim?
Mark Ingram is almost 1,000 yards ahead of all those other guys.
Yeah,
he's been around for so much longer than those other guys.
It's just
I just thought with Derrick Henry's 2,000.
Yeah, and he is. Derek's at 6,200. Mark's at 7,400.
Yeah, I also remember Ingram crushing the Bucks for a few years there, so I know how long Ingram's been doing his thing.
Some bad memories.
Yeah. All right, my question.
Your question now. Which college football program has produced the most Hall of Famers? A, Notre Dame.
I know this.
B, Ohio State. C, Alabama. Or D, USC.
Oh, I was waiting for Florida State to be on the list. I was going to go with that. The most Hall of Famers.
Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, USC.
USC.
Ding, ding, ding.
Got it. All right.
Fun.
Notre Dame's close with 10, and then there's like 3 teams tied with 9.
What
Bama,
would
I'm surprised, only is 7.
USC.
Yeah.
USC.
Bama will get there eventually. Yeah. Bama will take the lead eventually. What are the live odds on Jimmy winning this week's trivia? If we have live odds, you can bet right now with him down 3-0.
Plus 250.
Plus 250. All right.
I would think at some point this trivia knowledge is gonna come through.
Nah, apparently
we're gonna like break
I don't know shit, dude. What do I know?
Like the guy
I knew that one, but it went to him.
We're gonna break through this wall. All right.
Oh, man.
Back to Jimmy.
No, for fuck off.
Which NFL team has been
what? Yeah.
I thought I reviewed these well.
I'm gonna
You got a 1 in 32 chance.
Which team has the longest losing streak in the playoffs? So who's gone the longest without winning a playoff game?
For fuck's sake, golly, Jesus.
Is it Cincinnati, Detroit, Washington, or Miami? Bengals, Lions, Skins, Dolphins.
All right, Bengals. Lions. It's not the Skins. Who was the last one?
Dolphins.
It's not them.
Bengals, Lions, Skins.
The Bengals
Dolphins.
or the Bengals. They won one last. Oh, I had the Lions.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep. I had that one as well. There you go, man.
They've gone 9 fucking playoff games without a win.
Yeah, well, the one that came to mind was the one with Romo where Calvin Johnson got fucked because he like had gone into the end zone and they called it an incomplete pass. That was like, and then before that, they were terrible. So,
all right. So what are we at? 4-2, right?
3-1. Actually, 3-1 is the score because I stole the first one and then I got my second question to go.
Okay. See, so my 3-1 50 is making more sense now.
Okay.
All right, Matt. Who led the league in passing yards last year? Was it A, Patrick Mahomes, B, Tom Brady, C, Josh Allen, or D, Deshaun Watson?
Damn, this is kind of tough. C, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
You nailed it.
Got it. All right.
Yep.
They were behind in every game last year. I knew they threw the ball a bunch.
I knew he's the forgotten guy, so I.
All right.
All right.
I have not guessed incorrectly yet.
We're 4-1. Okay. Sticking with kind of which active NFL player currently has the most sacks? Is it Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Von Miller, or Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald.
No. Matt, you want to steal?
I am going to steal. Give me the names one more time.
Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Von Miller, Aaron Donald.
Chandler Jones. Damn it.
Von Miller, 110 sacks.
Damn, I love it. I just, the injuries had me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Aaron Donald
I'm glad I stumped you guys on one.
All right. Jesus. So what am I at? Am I up 4-1 here?
4-1. Yep.
4-1. This is my question.
This is your question.
All right. Give me a cupcake.
Which of these current NFL kickers has kicked? This is, because Tucker hit the 66-yarder. So which current NFL kicker has kicked a 60+ yarder in their career? Younghoe Koo, Robbie Gould, Graham Gano, or Jake Elliott?
Ooh, Jake Elliott.
Nailed it.
Got it. Damn. Waste no time with this shit, man.
I know that. Like, what the fuck? Like,
well, too bad I didn't miss it and give you a chance.
I guess.
Well, take the last one, at least. Let's see if you nail it.
Damn game. I don't get it.
Who led the league in completions last year? Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, or Josh Allen?
Completions.
He also led in attempts, but I didn't think that would be very relevant. Matt Ryan. Tom Brady.
I have no idea though. I don't.
Nailed it. It was Matt Ryan.
Yeah. I'm just thinking he had a throw.
So at least I stumped you guys on one.
Yeah, that's a lame ass damn contest.
I like the questions.
They were good. I just fucking hate when I can't. What the?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get better at this, man.
Yeah,
you got to host one of these trivia nights. You can't lose them all.
I just keep going, dude. I'm like the Energizer.
He's throwing them. I thought it was great though. You took Donald on the sacks.
And he's the only one.
He's the only one. That wasn't an
outside rusher. Yeah, man.
Well, JJ's in there, but JJ is 101. Chandler is 102, and then Von is 110. So that's
they're so close. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I thought it'd be a fun one since they're all close, and that's why I included like Koo and Robbie Gould in the kicking one because they both have hit some really long 50
yarders.
Something like, okay, you might assume that if he's hit a couple 58s, why not? I'm sure he's hit a 60 yarder then.
I took a bit of a shot in the dark with Jake Elliott just because I remember he was really good a few years ago.
That was the year they won the Super Bowl.
And I was kind of surprised you got the USC one because I think I looked and it was like if it was a few years ago, Notre Dame was the leader, but since then USC's passed them. But
yeah, all right. So I will host the trivia next week. I'll just give Jimmy some of the easier questions and then make sure, however, it's
so dumb.
Oh God, we're gonna handicap this thing now.
I think we got to at this point, man.
You know, when I gave him the active sacks leader, I thought I was giving him a gimme. I was like his favorite guy on his favorite team.
Yeah, but he's been hurt so many fucking times.
So is JJ.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Yeah,
because I even brought it up earlier. I was like, yeah, Chandler and JJ, they played for a decade on the first half of this, but good shit, fellas.
Yeah, good round of trivia, except for you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit more specifically about some of just the week 3 games. Let's start off with that Justin Tucker kick because that might be like the most impressive field goal we see in our lifetime. Yeah. I mean, a game-winning kick from 66 yards, and he freaking nails it. Like he the ball didn't have any curve on it. It was just a rocket, and then it bounces right off the crossbar all the way into the net. It's not like it barely hopped over.
Never changed even. Like it managed to hit the right.
Yeah,
that was fucking crazy.
I don't know if you guys watched the play. Like as he's lining up, he lines up, the normal, like 2 steps back, 2 steps over. Then he takes another step back right before it snaps. And then as they snap it, he
got a little extra running.
Fumble.
Yeah. And the only crazy thing is his only other time Tucker's played in that Detroit stadium, he beat him on a game winner from 61.
So he just needed 5 more.
He just goes, I love Detroit.
Imagine being a fucking season ticket holder there, just like this son of a
guy.
bitch.
And he sings opera. What a fact.
This guy.
Prescott fumbled in the end zone. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's taking points away from Mo, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
still got your hopes up. There you go.
Man.
All right.
You're telling me there's a chance. That was a crazy one. Speaking of field goals, what do you guys think about that one right before halftime? It ended up being
what a terrible idea, though. Really, it's just a bad idea, man.
Yards with Prater. Yeah. I mean,
what do you think? There's a 1 in like 50 chance that Prater drills that from 68 yards outdoor, and then you have a risk of giving up 6 points the other way.
It wasn't like, dude, it made no sense, and then they weren't even prepared if it didn't go well.
They had all O linemen out there.
Yeah, dude,
falling all over the place.
From that spot on the field,
he was gonna make it, dude. Like that's so dumb.
From that spot on the field, you either throw a Hail Mary or just give up and go to halftime.
And you have Kyler and Hopkins who pulled off a Hail Mary to win a game last year in Detroit. So
you've seen Rodgers do it.
Detroit,
my only thought was maybe the wind was just crazy, behind their back. That they thought Prater could hit it because I feel like Prater and Tucker have a pretty similar leg strength.
When you have Hopkins who hit a Hail Mary,
66. I agree. Right. He was a little hurt for the game. I don't get that. Who knows?
That was weird.
What
about that Sunday nighter?
I mean, I fell asleep at halftime. When the Bucks lose, I tend to I drink a lot of beers and then I usually go to sleep early on Sunday. I don't care about the games as much after the Bucks have already lost. I just can't. I don't want to see football because it reminds me of what just happened.
Yeah, this podcast is going to get depressing when the Bucks have a retired Tom Brady. Who's it? Gabbert's their starter.
Yeah, Gabbert is their backup. Hopefully, you said he's their starter. I hope not. But I picked the Bucks to be 15-2. When we were doing the before the season podcast, I picked the Bucks at 15-2. This loss hurts. It's probably the last time they're going to be underdogs, which the line opened with the Rams favored by 1. By the time it got to Sunday, the Bucks were favored by 1. So they really weren't even underdogs going into the game.
Yeah, it was a toss-up game, I would say.
We're going to lose one of those 6 division games, though. It's almost a given, and then you got the Bills. The Bills come to Tampa in a few weeks. That'll be a pretty good matchup.
I think getting 6 against your division is the best thing going for your fucking team, though, man. Like
I agree.
That's not tough games. I mean, I know their division games are gonna play up when they play you guys, but that you have a pretty easy slate of games.
Yeah, the NFC South hasn't been like that in a while, where there's one like convincing favorite.
No, now that Breeze is gone though, and even Bridgewater isn't in Carolina, and Matt Ryan has no one. It kind of has become depleted.
Yeah. Well, how about Matt? I would throw like Matt Ryan and Ben Roethlisberger almost in the same boat. Like they've just reached the end of their journey.
Washed.
I think Matt Ryan, it's more what's around him.
You don't think Matt Ryan,
with Ben, it's all on Ben. I just see him not. He's done. That big of a guy at that age, he just can't do it, man.
Yeah, he's too slow.
It sucks to see because he was so good when he was at the top of his game.
And it never made sense then. But now you see a guy that big and it makes sense now. You're like, okay, this is why. Like, his shit is caught up with it. Like, he's not as fast as he once was. So like,
a big part
finally makes sense. You're like, okay.
A big part of Roethlisberger was him like shaking off a few dudes in the pocket and then like, scrambling out and making a play. And now he just he doesn't have the feet to get anywhere, And
that offensive line has gotten so much worse this year.
Yeah.
You think you always think that Steelers line, it's Pouncey and Villanueva.
No,
I don't think they have either of them. So
no, they don't. No.
It's like you saw Najee Harris in that game. He had a great game, but it was 14 receptions as a running back.
It was all receiving. Yeah,
it's like
they can't run the ball for shit.
And you're hearing whispers out of Pittsburgh too. They're kind of annoyed that it sounds like he's in terrible shape. They're like, we knew he couldn't move well, but he really can't move at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you see the one play where he was scrambled out and just fell on his face. Nobody was near him, but he was trying to throw like a little screen pass, and he tripped and fell over.
It's like, why come back? Why didn't you just retire? Every offseason you say, "Oh, he's going to retire." It's like, just do it.
He wanted to outlast Eli and Rivers because they got drafted in the same class. Prove to him. And it's like
you might be onto something there.
Yeah, was that really worth it, man? Because now you're playing. They did it the right way, and they're not playing to embarrass themselves. Rivers last year, the fucking Colts would be lucky to have him right now. You know what I mean? But Steelers are in that weird situation now, where do you bench the fucking guy? Do you bench your 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, or it's just
because I think not a good. They have to make a move because this is their year to overtake that division again. Yeah. The talent, offensively, defensively, they should overtake the Ravens.
Browns got that division.
I'll see it when I believe it.
Yeah, I kind of I like Jameis on the Saints. I would have liked to seen what Jameis could have looked like on the Steelers, though.
Yeah,
Jameis on the Steelers could be exciting.
Sounds frightening to me. I just picture 80-yard passes.
Mike Tomlin won't,
but
Mike Tomlin.
Okay, but but the Steelers
you might enjoy that thought. Mike Tomlin's like, yo, fuck you.
Fuck no.
The Steelers for this year. The Steelers for this year.
Playing quarterback Amati.
Who gives them the better chance this year, Jameis or Ben?
You're right. I just don't think Jameis would have the same growth if he wasn't in New Orleans backing up Breeze.
Jameis isn't doing much there because he doesn't have the weapons to really air it out.
But Sean Payton's an offensive guy, and right?
Yeah, Tomlin has a defense.
Well, to Jameis's credit, he hasn't forced too many balls.
Yeah,
he had that one.
I think
you remember that one, right?
The one he forced went for a touchdown on Sunday. Man, I loved it.
It was in the way though that we talked about Favre, Jameis. If you get that fucking mindset somewhat dialed in,
he's a little bit hesitant. He needs to find a happy medium because right now he's almost too conservative,
too passive.
He'll hold on to the ball and just I
think it's just he doesn't trust his receivers outside of Cali.
And that's the other thing. He doesn't have a lot out there.
He doesn't have a lot going around, man.
Yeah.
But what a group by that best.
What about Chicago? What do you guys think about in Chicago? That was today. This was just today, but Nagy came out, their head coach, and basically said it could be it could be a combination of all three of them, or it could be one of them between Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, and Justin Fields. Fields looked completely amateur, I thought, last week.
I think Nagy's fired. I think Nagy's fired by week 6.
I don't know how Nagy has a job if he was a guy that you said was in charge of the team when they double doinked.
Yeah. And then he had the team practice from the same spot they double doinked from the next training camp, like to remind him almost like salt in the wounds. Yeah.
You remember
instead
when
of
they were
just
trying out
burying the
kickers,
football after it being like that's over with, like, oh no, hey guys.
Right.
It'd be like the fucking Chiefs showing up at training camp this year, and Andy Reid's like, "Let me eat a cheeseburger."
Hey, D Ford, line up off sides to remind us.
Exactly.
It's like the Saints bringing in a safety, saying, "Hey, tackle Diggs on the sideline, see what happens."
Yeah, go after Diggs.
Like let's make our whole team gun shy. Because I don't know if you when he would try out kickers, they had to hit that kick 5 times in a row, or he wouldn't even look at him anymore.
Yeah. Robert Aguayo was done on the first pick.
Real?
I'm dead serious. This offseason, every guy they tried out got he had to nail 5 straight from that distance.
That's the stupidest fucking thing.
That was the only thing that you could fix.
Yeah. That was the reason why the team was.
This is what we're going to come into. This is the situation we're going to be in next year. We just need to make this kick.
This is what it wasn't like we fucked up. I didn't fuck up anything else that whole game.
Yeah, it wasn't my play call.
It came down to this that. It wasn't like my fault that we didn't have any timeouts and we couldn't have fucking gotten a little closer. No. It was.
Well, they probably could have got closer and they settled for it. I don't remember the details of leading up to that kick, but
I do remember that game, just the double doink, and I remember people making a way bigger deal out of it earlier than it was. But I guess it was Chicago, so it was people like the double doink, and it
did lead to a great Super Bowl. They gave us Eagles Patriots, which was a crazy fucking Super Bowl. Nick Foles beating the Pats.
I lost a lot.
He lost money.
Yeah. Well, maybe Nick Foles
happens
to come back then. Maybe
Nick
Foles
that whole
Chicago.
Playoffs, man. Nick Foles killed that year. That was incredible the way that motherfucker came out of nowhere, dude.
I loved it.
All right. Anything else week 3 before we play some wagers on tonight's game, which now it has already started. We can still get wagers.
Who you got as your MVP favorite after this last week?
I'm picking Kyler. Worries me too much. I see too many bad plays from Kyler where I can't go with him. Let me get some action on fucking let me take a duo here. Let me get Derek Carr or Justin Herbert. You can get good odds on both of them, I'm sure.
You could.
So if one of those teams win that division,
it's because of them, you're saying?
Yeah. One of those teams wins the AFC West, and then let me get Herbert or Derek Carr for the MVP. Yeah. Let me take a stab at those guys.
Who you liking, Jimmy?
Kyler.
Still Kyler. Yeah. He does make bonehead interceptions. Stafford did. Stafford
I don't
did.
think it's
so did
Kyler.
Brett Favre, and
it's not Kyler as much as Cliff Kingsbury just gives up on the run game until they get to the 5. And then it's like, oh, well, we'll either hand off to Connors or we'll, run the kind of quarterback boot with Kyler. But it's like they forget about that run game so much, I feel like, in Arizona.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers would be a good one too. I'm looking at this website. It updated today or whatever.
That hit on Devontae was scary. I don't know if you have seen replays of that match.
No, dude, that
I was asleep. I have not seen it. I heard a little bit about it.
Throws like a
that was so cheap,
like a seam route down the left seam, kind of in between 2 guys, gives Devontae the chance to catch it. And then the other safety after he drops it just gets him good on the chin.
Yeah,
and I thought he was out
underneath Devontae's arm, so you can't really
he took it on the chin. Yeah.
And sometimes when you get hit right on that chin bone, it just can fuck your whole.
Also, it looked like he would know the arms are in the way of it looking like targeting because he's kind of blinded.
Because it was not flagged at all.
So it could have hit. Yeah, they didn't throw any flag on it. And Devontae laid on the ground with his eyes open, just laying there, kind of fucked up.
I did hear the NFL came out and made some excuse where the referees are in different positions than they're used to this year. So that was their excuse.
That was what they said about that play.
And they explained it well. Yeah, I thought on the telecast.
It's normally he would have been there, but instead they want us to be here. We said this is dumb, but the NFL told it was Gene Stegatorial.
Yeah, one of those old guys.
The Jack
it
dude.
looked like one of the hits they're trying to get out of the NFL.
Personal foul.
And for it to not have
automatic
offside.
Oh,
offside.
You know Hockley's son is a
15-yard
ref.
penalty first down.
Beefcake Hockley, his son is a
Yeah.
ref now too.
Yeah,
you know
I
he's
heard.
pumping the iron, just like.
You know,
Bunch of
What?
Steve Claus's. It's a
What
bunch of
makes-
Steve Claus family members out there. isn't it,
yeah,
dude?
Steve Claus would have made a good ref face.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
But
dude, yeah,
what the
dude.
fucker? How do people grow up and be like, you know what I want to do? I want to be an NFL referee.
I want to annoy this shit.
You're a
out of
really bad
fucking
athlete.
Like, what are you
know it.
doing, man? What are you
You're a
doing?
nerd.
You know who knows they want to be like a major league umpire or
A
referee in the
douche.
NFL? Eric Stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that kind of kid
Like
that he
he-
knows from an early age. He's not athletic, but he loves sports.
I hope this podcast
You know.
doesn't have a huge reach
All right.
because we're gonna get
Well,
shot.
Hey, while we're on, this is a somewhat related subject. I got to throw some hate at Sean McVeigh because he pissed me off yesterday. Sean
But getting all red
McVeigh,
in the face.
Sean
Haters
McVeigh
gonna
was a
hate.
John Gruden understudy. Sean McVeigh is like John Gruden if Gruden went to like private Catholic school and just became
No.
a complete little like schoolboy bitch.
You
Finish
forget
your-
Like
Sean
that's what he
McVay-
is, isn't he?
Finish your statement. No, let me. I want to
Yeah,
hear it.
improvise it. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
you want?
me-
Oh, you
like,
want me to carry on? Yeah.
I
he's
want you to
he's
finish.
Like,
I
he's
just-
like
I
John
have-
Gruden. If John Gruden grew up in a private school, was a little like silver spoon motherfucker, never really had like an attitude or like something real to say. It's like he's all fake. He's all fake to me, dude. Him getting razzled up like he won the Super Bowl at halftime of that fucking game, and like seriously, you're up by a touchdown at halftime. Like, give me a break, dude. You're celebrating with your team like you just won something big. The last time Sean McVay was in a Super Bowl, his team scored 3 fucking points. How excited were you at halftime of that game? You know,
Well, clearly
in the
he
biggest
wasn't.
moment. Yeah. So,
But, Matt.
so yeah,
take-
he's a bitch version of John Gruden. Yeah,
no, he's
that's
just,
my point.
He's
Do you feel better
today's-
now?
He's
Yeah.
Do you
today's.
feel better? All right.
Yeah, he's today's world's version of John Gruden, man. We watch and laugh highlights of them in that fucking Super Bowl against the Raiders, and him going, "They're dragging us! They're dragging us!"
Yeah.
Yelling at the
McVay
fucking
does not
Raiders,
have that
man.
charisma,
But it's just
not
in a
natural
different
for him.
way.
The only
It's in
thing
a
is, I
different
disagree.
way.
McVeigh was a high school, like, what was it state of Georgia high school player
Wide
of the year.
receiver of the year. Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
I understand it's high school, but
That's why he
he's
went
not-
to Dayton.
He's not faking.
Wanted-
He's not
they
faking
wanna
that
red
juice.
shirt me. They wanted me the hell
I'm
out
sure
of
that's
it.
the same reason why Gruden loved him, and
No,
even
but-
when he was a little ball boy, got him more and more
Matt,
work
I know
because
it's your
it's that
team,
passion.
dude,
You know, it's
but it's
and it is. He looks
it's
like a
today's
total douche.
version. It's today's version of Gruden. It
Yeah.
is.
We've gotten softer as a world, is what you're saying.
That's what
Hell
I mean.
yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It's just weird to see it because like John Harbaugh, Bill Belichick, they're not there doing that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like Andy Reid, no. Like, but dude, I enjoy that. I don't like him specifically just because like it's not even the Rams' fault. It's just like their owners. It sucks, but yeah, I didn't think that was, you know what I mean? I mean, it was annoying. Yeah, I get that, but he was just being a
No.
dude. That is a disciple of Gruden. If you're like,
It was not an
got-
appropriate halftime reaction. I've never seen Gruden act like that at halftime, man.
Oh,
Oh,
come
come
on.
on,
Selective
dude.
history over here. You're forgetting
Dude,
Gruden when he
no.
was young.
dude.
You remember an old Gruden after he was an announcer and he got all fucking
man.
pacified
What are you
by you.
talking
No,
about?
I'm one hot
dude?
motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dude.
come on. McVeigh would say the same shit and Gruden said it.
yeah, man. That was it. That come on.
No,
He's built
Gruden
for
wouldn't.
LA. He's
Gruden-
built for LA just like McVeigh. Get
Gruden
outta
wouldn't
here.
have been
He's
on
just
the
old.
field celebrating at halftime. He would have been the first back in the locker
the
room, being
locker
like,
room.
"Let's
I
fucking
get
figure
that.
this
Right,
shit
but
out."
you know,
I get
McVeigh
that.
also beat
But
his whole
again,
team back
it's
to the
a
locker room.
more-
You see him
No,
sprint
he
off.
beat he beat the fucking offensive lineman. He beat the defensive lineman.
He came in off over.
He had to shimmy in. I wish he would have got his ass ran the fuck over by his players running into the locker room.
No, but he did. That's a good point. He did try to run in there, right?
Yeah, and like shuffle his way in, like, oh guys,
because he kind of cut in front of Ramsey. You can see he's like, part of it's too hyped.
That image part of it though is today's society. It's that seeing that. And that's
I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, well, duh. But Gruden would have done it for his. Gruden would have done it for his team back in the day, man. He would have been the same way amped up on this. Like, what's his quote in the fucking America? One of the best memories I have, man, is watching number 21 hustling down their sideline, taking us to the Super Bowl, man. He's like, I don't know what the word is.
Joy.
Like, thinks about it like that's crazy. But I mean, come on. So I can understand the anger because it's your fucking team, but he was just doing what Gruden would have done, man, and what Sean Payton would do, and just guys that he looked up to would have done, man. Sean Payton was the biggest.
He's still the youngest coach in the league, and he's been in the. I mean, he's been.
Staley might have taken that reign though. Is Staley not younger than McVeigh? I'm judging by like face.
The cool thing was too in the game.
Brandon Staley could be younger, or could be older. I could be wrong.
LaFleur and the Niners coach are also like, well, Shanahan. But dude, there's so many like young disciples that know each other.
I love the coaching trees. Cool. Yeah, it's always fun to think about.
How they like go at each other now, because it's worked its way into a really, again, we talk about on here, but parity. There's a lot of it in the NFL, and I think that makes for good games for sure.
Well, you see a lot of similarity kind of between some of these offenses, though, too. I mean, but
Matt, you gotta
sing up indoors.
Because, dude, what I hate of the Chiefs, this is what you tell me, man. But this is the NFL now, and I'm like, all right, but.
I hope we get Sean McVeigh again in the playoffs, because that did piss me off. It's like it's Sean Payton from last year. Sean Payton pissed me off last year. I have more respect for Payton though. I have more respect for Sean Payton.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Do you remember when fucking McDaniels left for the first time, left fucking New England? He came to Denver.
He got Belichick once too.
He coaches at Denver, right? And it was the year during Belichick's football life, dude. So they come out and the Broncos were wearing those like brown and yellow uniforms with like the striped socks of like ugly yellow. And Belichick comes out and the Patriots are wearing their throwbacks, and the refs have to wear like some white and orange striped shit. And Belichick walks out and looks at the refs, and they're like talking like small talk. He goes, "You guys look good," and they're like, they're like, yeah. And he's like, well,
we at the fucking circus.
They're like, yeah, well, we only got one more week of it or whatever. And he goes, yeah, you should have seen the shit they were trying to put me in, And he just has a hoodie and a jacket on.
Got his cut off hoodie.
Yeah, but no, he had a bit puffy one because it was in Denver then. He didn't want to fuck around. But after that game, though, like he goes up to McDaniel before the game, shakes his hand. He's like, hey, let's just make this the handshake. And after the game, we'll just wave. And then like the Broncos win. And McDaniel comes up. Well, when they went up to each other originally, he goes, let's just make this the handshake. And because McDaniels leans in and goes, now I know why it's been such a pain in the ass to prepare for us all these years. And Belichick just goes, yeah, all right. Why don't we just make this a handshake and we'll talk after the game? Like wave, whatever. And he tried to have a clever little joke, and Belichick's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just make this.
I'm not here for your jokes.
I don't want to care. And then after the game, when the fucking Broncos won in overtime,
he didn't shake his hand.
They're waving across the dude. Yeah. Well, he's getting carried off by the Broncos fans waving to Belichick as Belichick's spouting. But
I'm sure Belichick appreciated the wave.
Yeah. On his way to fucking 8 more rings after that.
I got a picture in my head while you were saying that. What if Belichick came out in like a tie-dye hoodie and some sunglasses? And it was just like, I'm going stoner this week, y'all. I'm gonna throw, because it would probably throw the other team off. They'd be like, "What the fuck is Belichick?"
The last week of the season, he just shows up like he doesn't give a shit, and they don't give up a touchdown, dude.
Yeah. So
that money line would be like plus 1 million. I'll just put it at that.
All the fans in fucking New England would start showing up in tie-dye and shit, looking like.
I know we're late on it, but let's go bets for tonight's game because we got 4 minutes left here. I'll get into mine quick. Tony Pollard over 22.5 receiving yards. It's probably too late to place it at this point. The game has started, but he could already have 23 receiving yards. I just don't fucking know. Jimmy, take it away. Rapid fire.
Eagles money line.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't take Dak Prescott over a half a fumble.
Yeah, I would have. I
already saw it. I already saw it. You can just put money in the bank. All right, Brad. I know you're late. I caught you off guard on this.
Cowboys all day.
Yeah, just Cowboys.
I
-4 was the spread.
What's the over? You know what? I'm trying to pull it up.
The over was like 51. 51-ish.
Whatever the adjusted over, I'd probably take that at this point because it's two teams that do not play defense. So if these offenses figure it out, there could still be a lot of points.
All right.
That's why I think the bet I did take was Eagles +3.5 and then the over.
Yeah. Hey, it's looking Amari like Cooper, as of the moment they're 4-point favorites, but
has Amari Cooper done anything yet? Because I really need him. I need 8 points out of Amari Cooper in fantasy. He hasn't done shit. I need to get the game on. You know what? Let's wrap it right there. Yeah. Good week 3 recap.
Good. Yeah.
We'll be back with y'all in a day or two to give our week 4 preview. Yeah, we'll place a bunch more wagers. We'll get after their ass. All right.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Later, y'all.
See you.